All right, we're back for chest. Or no, not sorry. We're back for back. Yesterday's lift was very successful, I would say, but nothing special. Today, I think I'm gonna change it up. What I usually do is I'll do upper back first and then move on to lats, either doing like an alternating style or doing all upper back and then all lower back. Today, I think I'm going to start with lats just to change it up a little bit. Now there's not really a good reason for why I'm going to do that, but I think it's going to feel pretty good switching things up, especially for the pump at the end for the pose down. I don't know how much it's going to affect the pose down, but we will find out. One thing I have to say is I have been sleeping on slow eccentrics, especially when it comes to back. Now, there's a time and place for heavy, quick, brutish sets, with high weight, quick reps, just pumping them out. But I think, there's a reason why I'm saying this, is because last back day, not the last back day video, but the last back day, I decided to do for lats not necessarily I decided for just that lift, because I have been doing it more and more often for back. It's just I did it more so for lats last time, doing a nice slow eccentric on single arm lat pull downs. I just had a great pump, and I was actually sore for once in a long time after a back day within the next day or two, like for the following day or two, which was kind of surprising, because once you are working out for any sort of period of time, after your body starts to get used to it, you don't really get too sore the day after, or at least in this case 2 or 3 days after. Now, that may just be because I changed it up a little bit. I made sure I got like a really deep stretch on the single arm lat pull downs. Not that I don't do it normally anyway, but I think I did something different and it worked, and I want to do it again. Don't sleep on slow eccentrics, because obviously you and I both know, I've heard that from like the fitness experts and whatnot on videos all the time. Have a nice controlled slow eccentric, feel the stretch, really open up the muscle at the end, especially with back. But I mean, I like moving heavy shit just as much as the next guy. I like feeling strong. So I only ever did it here and there, as like just an intensifier, I guess you could say. But I'm starting to think, with back in particular, it would behoove me, it would benefit me if I started following that advice. And that goes for you too. Think that from now on, I'm going to try and do mostly slow eccentrics for back, because it's such a big muscle. There's so many muscle fibers. You got to try and get a nice stretch so you can really tear open those muscle fibers. And it's not as easy, like with biceps, it's super easy to do. it doesn't take nearly as much work or focus to try and get that burn, that stretch and everything. Since it is such a small muscle, even triceps and all that too. But with back, it's so easy to recruit other muscles like your forearms, your biceps, your other parts of your back that you're not even trying to target. Like if you're doing lats, you can assist with other parts of your body or other parts of your back too. So unless you're like really in tune with that mind muscle connection, it's easy to just push through the reps and end up not even targeting the muscle that you were trying to target, and you just get like a forearm pump out of it instead of a back pump, or at least not as good of a back pump or muscle activation as you could have if you just did slow eccentrics. Now, it does come into play, that grip thing. That's why straps are important for back day, especially sorry, excuse me, but yeah, let's just go with that for now and get in there. All right. No. All right. Look at that position. Nice. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay. I didn't even set the weight yet. Shit. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Getting way ahead of myself. There we go. Acting like I've never done this before. There we See how fast I can get these straps on here. Real slow. Okay. Oh. Let's see what we're working with here. Fix my hair a little bit. Actually, you know, put the hat back on. Alright, that was back. See what I meant about those slow eccentrics? I got real slow on a couple of those. Especially, now, I don't know if it come across on the video or if I'll end up cutting it out because of dead time or dead air or whatever. When I was doing those rows, there was a drop set there. What was that? Okay. Yeah. Cool thing about those rows, those neutral or those V-bar grip cable stack rows that I did is that they are cheating a little bit. You get the best of both worlds. You get a nice stretch in the lats from that pull forward, and then you get a nice squeeze in the upper back when you're on the pull back. So get the best of both worlds. It was a good transition exercise between that and the rear delt flies, which really works your traps too, but that's just what it's called. Yeah, I think I was like cooking today with the exercise choices. That was perfect, going from the lat pull downs into those rows and getting best of both worlds, like I just said. Not to toot my own horn or anything. And then just have that nice burning in the traps with those rear delt flies. Because with the cables, the setup that I did those on, they it's not like far enough apart for me to really get that full stretch in to hit the rear delts. Not that I wasn't trying to hit those either, but it was mainly just for that upper back section that I was hitting. Oh god, that's bright. Alright. One thing that I want to say. Why aren't you taking creatine? It's just free gains. I mean, when I started taking creatine, I instantly, within the like weeks of using it, I had fuller looking muscles. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me why you wouldn't be taking it. And I do have to say though, don't get the chews, like the creatine chews, because one, they taste fucking awful. At least the ones I did when I initially started trying to get creatine in my system. I think they were like orange. Like when I bought the thing, I looked at it and I thought it was going to be like a gummy because it said creatine chews. No, they're like fucking chalk pills that you have to crunch down, kind of like Tums. Ugh, it tasted awful. Yeah, you're definitely better off getting the powder, creatine powder, and if you can swing it, get the micronized powder, because micronized creatine, I think is what you would call it. It's better at dissolving in the water or whatever else you put it into. You're still gonna have the crunchy bits at the bottom when you get towards the bottom of the bottle, but not nearly as much as a powder that's not micronized. They tend to also have less filler in them. I don't know, now don't quote me on this. I think some creatine powders, especially the non-micronized ones, they tend to have a lot of filler in them. So you're just missing out on the gains and, spending money on something that isn't going to do a lot. Not to say that it won't actually affect you if you take those ones with that will have some filler in it, but just be on the safe side and get the micronized stuff, because that stuff usually, at least it's worked pretty well for me. You can just order that shit on Amazon and you get 60 servings in one bottle, or in one container. Yeah. Pretty good workout today. I think this is one that I'm gonna try and do again. Maybe switch things around, maybe change up the order, but I think I'm gonna do this one again if I remember next back day. I might do more sets of the cable rows though, and change it up and throw in a heavy set at the end, just to get a little bit more blood flow. I feel like I'm gonna burp. I also feel like I'm gonna throw up if I try to burp in my mouth. All right, I'll see you guys next time for whatever lift I end up doing.